Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a hiatus to start the season, but we are back with another episode in the new season of Here Is Why You're Wrong. I'm Aiden, joined by Brennan. I apologize for my stuffy soundingness. I am currently under the weather, but we knew we had to put out some content for you guys, so that's why I am here. Since you were last with us, as in if it was like a TV show, I have taken over the Tampa Bay Rays, so now it is the AL East podcast rivaling the NL Central podcast with a brand new podcast featuring Sadier and Denbrew as well on the channel. So now we're up to 3. Make sure to check those out. Brennan, that was a lot of talking, but how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm going to go ahead and plug Sadier and Denver one more time. Ahead of the Curve is awesome.
It is. I love it. As a prospects guy, I love it.
And also, you know what? This is the last year that it'll be the NL Central podcast.
It is.
They're officially getting broken up.
Sad. It's really sad.
What really is it though?
You see, but it's like I feel like it's like an episode of The Bachelor or like a season of like The Bachelor or something like that. Because you've got America's favorite couple in Andrew and JR, and they're breaking up. But yet the fire couple that no one expected to come together, and me or you are now together in harmony.
yeah, I can get with that.
That's how we're describing it.
Stay tuned for the inevitable in-person joint podcast that'll happen.
Oh, it's going to happen at some point.
At some point in time, yes.
Here, I'll tell you, this episode is our second half bold predictions, okay? That's what this episode is entitled, and that's what it is. And we made a bet on this. Do you want to tell them what the bet is, Brendan?
I will, but first I want to give a little bit of preamble. Let's get some preamble in here.
Oh, some preambling.
I do regret that we missed out on the bold predictions craze that started the year. I think you and I both thought, you know what, everyone's getting in on it. We should avoid it. It's a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun.
I have a lot of fun making these.
So, what we agreed on is at some point in time you plan on visiting where I am. And I've been where you are, and I plan on going back down again. So
you kind of have a reason to come besides just me.
I do, yes. We have 10 predictions about our league. We're going to score those predictions at the end of the year based on who got what right. The winner or the loser buys the winner a steak dinner on their turf.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be I'm excited.
I'm really excited for that.
I am too.
I like Merc Plus, by the way.
So just so everyone's aware, here's the criteria. We have 1 for each division and then 4 just about the league in general. Mm-hmm. We don't know exactly where these are going. This may not be the most argumentative episode of Here's Why You're Wrong, but there will be some debating, some back and forthing, some to and froing, a little bit of the argument tango, shall we say.
I really wish JR was here because he could have done the where he just freezes in place.
Yeah.
All right. So here's how we're going to do this. We are going to snake our predictions because we want to give the other one an opportunity to change it. If, like, say I go first and my AL Central prediction's the same prediction you have, you're going to have to change it because we can't.
I don't think it's going to be. I don't think any of those are going to be.
That's my example.
Just in case.
So we will decide our order based off of the flip of this coin.
Just on the pros viewers, you will know exactly the coin.
I love this coin so much. It has been on my desk for years. It will continue to stay there. You get to call. Heads or tails?
All right. Heads.
It's tails.
It's tails. So you want to go first or second?
I'm going to go first. I'll take it.
Are we starting with our division? Are we starting with our division, or should we start with the NL West and do our division last?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that.
Because we can now say it's our division, and we can actually
say it's our division. All right. NL West, all right? Whichever team wins this division will do so by double-digit wins.
I like it. I can see that as a possibility. I think my biggest thing is that this Giants pitching staff is just so good that I think they're going to hold a lot of people to not a lot of runs, and their offense is coming around. That I think I have the Giants winning the division, and this is not my prediction. I have the Giants winning the division, and I think they get to that 100-win plateau. So I can see that it's possible, but if it's a double-digit win, it's going to be the Giants with like 98 or 99.
I can totally see that happening. But you know what else I can see happening? I can see the most complete team in the division coming together and surging big at the break and finishing with the number 1 seed. I can also see the Dodgers continuing to buy and racing ahead of everyone else. This division has 3 legit playoff contenders in it, varying degrees right now on where their team is at. But I think all 3 of these teams can make a run to the playoffs. I just think whichever team wins will do so by double-digit wins.
I don't hate that. Speaking of the Dodgers, that's where my bold prediction goes. You ready for this one? The Arizona Diamondbacks finish with more wins than the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Whoa, okay. You think the Dodgers crater? You think the Diamondbacks come back?
Both.
I guess you have to have a little bit of both for that. I can see that happening. Erin typically tends to be stronger in the second half. Not to mention, we know she's had a couple file issues, so her team is atrophied a little bit just because she's not been able to monitor as much as some other people have. So hopefully,
I also think that Erin is not one to known to make a trade, but I think I would not be shocked to see her make one. And as we get closer to the deadline, if the Dodgers keep slipping the way they have, they could be sellers. They have enough pieces to sell off to retool themselves. What's our favorite word? Competitively retool for next year. Yeah. So I think that's a possibility.
Okay. NL Central.
So, NL Central. This one I don't think is as bold of a take as the last one, but both wildcard teams come from the NL Central.
Okay, normally I was going to discuss, but my prediction is that this division will only have 1 playoff team.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey, look at this right here.
Now. Okay. So now what is that? Who is that 1 playoff team then, in your opinion?
Milwaukee. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I think it could be any one of these teams, but I think all of them start to taper off a little bit because each one of these 3 teams is more flawed than any of the other than the competitors in the West.
If you want me to get real bold, and this won't count as one of my bold predictions, I think the Reds make the playoffs.
Ooh, okay.
I think that. I love what JR is cooking, and he's got that magic about him that he's going to add something at this deadline and find a way to do it behind Trey Griffey, who's the best rookie, who might have a better rookie campaign than Danny Smith Jr.
I think he already has had one.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I like this. I like that we ended up on opposite ends right here. It's going to be real easy if we need a potential tiebreaker.
Now explain to me this, okay? Why are these teams going to taper off? I need you to explain to me why you think they're going to taper off. Because if anything, we've seen both the Cubs and Cardinals surge. Same with the Reds and Brewers.
Agreed.
All 4 of those teams are surging. The only team that's tapering is those Pittsburgh Pirates.
I don't think that there are bad teams in this division. I think that there are extremely flawed teams in this division. The Cubs, as I wrote in the power rankings, the Cubs' offense is everything that it promised to be. Their pitching staff is terrible. The Cardinals' pitching staff is still strong, but their offense sucks. Their offense really freaking sucks. And the Brewers,
Royce Lewis can't be the end-all be-all in St. Louis. I'm sorry, Andrew.
And unfortunately, right now, he's having to be a lot of the time. Benny Rodriguez is awesome, too. Benny the Jet, great. But the Brewers are an interesting mix of really strong pieces and really weak pieces, and they seem to be a really good team. They also sometimes seem to not be a really good team. The Reds' pitching is absolutely miserable to compensate for their offense being great. I think it's really hard to have both, and the Reds clearly developed their offense first with an intent to win in their ballpark, which makes sense as a team-building strategy. I think every competitive team in this division has a problem. And I see it being a problem for their records down the stretch as like teams get geared up for the playoffs. I think one team in this division beats the odds and overcomes their flaw.
But if we look at it, I think out of those 4 teams we mentioned, the Cubs and the Reds are the 2 most likely to make moves and have the ability to make those moves. The Cardinals and the Brewers are kind of hand-tied. They don't have the best prospects. They're not exactly
up
there in
the best prospects now.
Right, now they do. But neither of these teams are willing to part with those prospects. And you and I talk about this before, whether it's on the podcast or off of it. Prospects are only prospects. The fact that you're not willing to move them, and I've been a guy who's not been willing to move some prospects in the past. But if you're not willing to move them, you're not going to improve your team now. And we've seen plenty of these prospects flame out.
We have. That's kind of the nature of baseball.
It is. And it's, you know what? It's not exactly great. So I guess at least this one's to you, Brennan, my former stomping grounds.
All right. Under the new leadership of Kenny, the Atlanta Braves are going to win the NL East.
You.
I figured this would happen. I think they do it convincingly.
I can't argue because that's what I had on mine. That's
On the fly, go.
Here.
Come on, come up with something. We flipped the coin. This is fair and square.
No, it is fair and square. Now I just got to think quickly.
Make sure you write down what you do so we can keep this for posterity.
Damn, I'm gonna get charred, buddy. I forgot.
That's all right. Hey, can we go ahead and insert like the please pause for technical difficulties? Mark the timestamp. I broke you.
I'm just trying to look at the file right now to see if I can like come up with something. Because I thought I was being bold with that.
I knew I was being bold with it, but I also kind of figured you and I were both thinking the same thing. When can I start playing the Jeopardy theme?
So after the technical difficulties there, I'm going to say Nationals fall out of the race by the deadline and trade Trey Turner.
Okay, not a bad prediction. A little safe, but not a bad prediction.
Well, when you have to do it on the fly, you go a little safer.
All right, well, tell you what. We had a bit of a pause here. It's obvious you don't disagree with mine. No. Let's go ahead and give you a chance to see if you can beat me out for our AL West prediction.
All right, AL West. Oakland fails to get to 45 wins on the season.
Ooh, that's not even that bold.
I needed a safe pick to go with to try to get a point.
Yeah. Tell you what. The West will have, for the second straight year, a game 163.
I don't hate that.
I love that.
I don't disagree either. I think that the Angels and the Rangers are just or Houston and the Angels are just class
different
above.
Texas team. Different Texas team. You know,
are just class above everyone else.
Right now, yeah. There's 1 and 2 in the power rankings for a reason. Although there was a shakeup this week.
Check out the power rankings if you want to hear more.
Power rankings.
little side in there, but honestly, like, you look at these two teams and they're just built to win.
They are.
They're built to win.
The one flaw that Houston has is their rotation isn't super strong, but even then, it's really compensated for the fact that their offense is I think their offense is the best in the American League, and their bullpen is the best in the American League.
That Yordan Alvarez
your rotation doesn't have to be top tier if you're making up for it.
That Yordan Alvarez re-rate was perfect.
I'm sorry?
I said the Yordan Alvarez re-rate was perfect.
Absolutely. It's the best re-rate. I think it's the best re-rate we've had, period, besides maybe Fernando Tatis the year before.
But that is now a tainted re-rate, if you ask me.
Oh.
Hey,
I was going to do a lewd hand gesture there, but I figured I probably shouldn't on this family-friendly program.
Yeah, I already got charred twice.
That's fair. Well, you can go ahead and win the char count.
I'll take the char count for this week.
Central. The AL Central will end the way it began, with the Cleveland Indians winning the division pennant.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, but
I think Sadier's putting together a good team, knows what he's doing out there, and can really build his team.
And I'm excited to have him in the East next year.
I am too. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be really fun.
Here's why. The Twins dropped to third in the division due to a big injury.
Wow. Okay. Do you want to specify the injury, or you just leave it vague?
I'm going to say Twins finished third in the division, in parentheses due to an injury, but it's not, you know.
Oh, okay. I got you. Who finished the second then?
Chicago, the White
Sox.
Chicago
White Sox. Okay. By the way, I when the Chicago White Sox were floundering at the bottom of the division, I made it a point on the power rankings to keep saying I thought this team was going to improve. And now watching them get better, I feel like, yeah, I called that shit.
You know what? No. You know what? Scratch it. Cleveland finishes 2. Chicago finishes 1. Because Jay Hedges is going to try to outdo Sadier in the moves, but this year they're going to actually work.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I like it. That isn't part of the prediction, but it's a nice little extra.
No, it's a little Hedges is a sneaky little snake. Yeah. I think that's that's the best way to put him. He's a sneaky little snake there in Chicago.
Yeah, he is. He's even got a snake in his profile picture.
No pun intended. All right, AL East. I get this one.
Yes, you do.
2 of the top 3 MVP finishers come from a third-place Boston Red Sox team.
Wow, that is interesting. Who finishes second then? In your little scenario.
I didn't really get that far.
Okay, fair enough. How about this? The order of the division standings right now will be the order of the division standings at the end of the season. And for reference, that is Orioles, Red Sox, Yankees, Rays.
That's not bold.
Is it? Because do you really think the negative 70 plus run differential of the Yankees is going to continue to float above the Rays?
No, because I think now with me in charge and actually putting things together and making stuff happen.
So it means your team's going to get worse, so maybe it does secure that 4th place spot.
Ha ha ha.
I had to get it in there. But like I don't know. I feel like this ties into Eddie's one where we wanted the divisions to go 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I think that can really happen. I think that can happen. Orioles 90 plus wins, Red Sox 70 plus wins, Rays 60 or 70 plus, and then Yankees 60 and Blue Jays 50. But in my scenario, obviously, just swap the Yankees and the Rays around.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's possible. I don't think it's as bold as it could have been.
I know, but you also picked a bad record for Oakland as yours, so.
Sure. All right. Now for this one, we won't do snake. We'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
Let's flip the coin to see who goes first.
Heads or tails?
You call it this time.
Heads. It is tails.
Okay. I'll go first then. I'm gonna say my first one. I'm gonna save my boldest for last. All right. My first one. Twins are the most happy team at the deadline.
The most what?
Trade happy team at the deadline.
Really? That is a really bold prediction. That goes against everything he said.
He's going to do what I did my first season, try to do too much, and it's going to crumble.
Okay. The Red Sox currently have 3 players in their lineup, 3 qualified batters with an OPS over 1,000. They finished the year with none.
Wow. That is pretty bold. All right. My next one. I'm not sure who. I didn't want to put a name on it. But by the end of the season, someone signs an extension worth $175+ million.
Okay. See, that's another little safe one right there, but I can't fault it. That's a good one.
All right.
Denny Martinez with Chicago will win the American League Cy Young.
I'm a Denny Martinez fan.
I am too. That 2.26 ERA ain't for nothing.
That's beautiful. By the
way, you see his strikeout rate of like 14.2%. I love it.
Chef's
ground
kiss.
Ball master.
Chef's kiss. All right. My next one is the next year. The AL will have not including the 2 new expansion teams.
Wait, you're making a next year prediction?
Well, you'll see. Okay. So for the next year's draft, not counting the 2 expansion teams, the AL will have 5 of the draft selections 3 through 10.
Okay.
Or however the lottery shakes out, however they decide to do it, whatever happens.
Gotcha. Okay. For me, not one player in Major League Baseball will finish with more than 55 steals.
That's pretty safe.
Is it though? Because Royce Lewis is at 31 already.
Yeah, true. Here's the boldest one I have throughout this entire thing.
Okay.
The Colorado Rockies finish with more wins than the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Whoa! All right. Some disrespect going in Pittsburgh. I'm curious if they got her. I'm curious if they're going to keep the receipt for this one.
Put my name on it, Cody.
Love you, Cody.
Love you.
All right. Now this is my homer one. I've avoided homer ones.
I didn't do one homer one. Hold on. I'd like to point out, everyone calls me the homer. I did not do one single homer bold prediction.
All right, good for you, I guess. You want a medal?
Yeah, I freaking do.
All right, cool. I'll mail you one.
Cool.
Nick Spence is going to finish with more than one whole WAR ahead of the second place, ahead of the second most batter in the American League.
Okay.
Right now, it's a 0.5 gap between him and Grayson Rowand. By the end of the year, it'll be 1.
I like it.
And will win MVP. The MVP he should have won last year. He only didn't win because he missed 40 games.
Yes, agreed.
And ended up getting given to Alex Verdugo, who, as I recall, did not have a very good tenure in Atlanta.
I don't know who gives a crap about Atlanta anymore. I'm not the Atlanta.
I'm not saying that to start saying like, poor buddy.
Yeah, he's injured. Torn meniscus. Tough break.
He'll go somewhere this offseason.
Yeah.
Who knows? Bring him back to Baltimore.
Back to Baltimore?
Honestly, his price is going to go down, so he's right up our alley now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too in Tampa.
Yeah, but you got an outfield already. You got Kelnick and Meadows, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see a center fielder.
See, here's the problem with my team. It pardon the tangent, okay? Since I've just taken over, there are things I want to do, and there are things I look at. And then I look at this team and I go, well, shit, these players are good. The pitching staff has killed me this year. Some of these guys who I'm like, okay, I want to bring this guy up and use him. I can't use him because there's no spot for him. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. It's a really hard problem to have.
I know, too many good players.
You can ship some of those players to other teams.
GMs, my phone lines are open. You know this.
GMs, my phone lines are open. I want pitching help.
Fair enough. All right. So I know this is a shorter episode so far. We're only at like 18 minutes of recording.
And you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. I think shorter episodes are going to keep. I think if we can commit to not doing hour-and-a-half long episodes, we can.
It's going to be better for our show.
We can get back in the groove of doing episodes.
Yeah. All right. So it's time for everyone's favorite segment.
Hot seat time, baby.
You get to. You want in the hot seat first, or you want me to be in the hot seat first? Flip it.
Okay. All right. We since I won the toss both times, I'll flip and call it.
Okay.
Heads.
Okay.
So I'll ask you questions first.
All right, let's do it.
All right. If not Oakland or Colorado, who's the worst team in eMLB?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. Wow. Okay.
Actually, no, wait. Scratch that. Toronto. Sorry, I forgot Toronto existed because that's how non-existent they are.
Oh, Lord. Who's the next superstar to get traded?
Oh, next superstar to get traded. I'm going to say Tom finds a way to get out of Seiya Suzuki's contract.
Okay. You need Tomoyo Mori?
Yeah, Tomoyo Mori. Sorry.
Okay. I was like,
I'm a little sick. I'm sick right now, so the mind's a little.
I gotcha. How about this? Say something nice about the Baltimore Orioles.
You guys are going to be my biggest competition in the AL East.
Hell yeah.
All right. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Who? All right. Here you go. Mind you, we haven't seen my second CCP play. But out of my two CCPs, which one would you rather have? Pearson or Chestnut?
We're going to debate. Okay. I'm sorry?
I said, of my two CCPs, Which one would you rather have, Pearson or Chestnut?
Pearson, because catchers are overpowered.
Agreed. All right. Number 2. Who makes the most trades at this deadline?
Ooh, okay. Who most makes the most trades? Me.
Okay.
Commission's already mad at me. Let's just keep doing it, baby.
Who had the worst draft this year?
Who will have the worst draft?
Yeah.
Take the easy answer, Detroit, because I know Mark's had trouble getting in the file and he will not have scouted properly.
That is, I was going to say Detroit, or I was going to say Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland, brand new GM, but you're picking that high up. You're guaranteed to like at least get a top talent in the beginning.
Who is the top talent in this draft?
That's a good question. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of attention drawn at Julio, or if you take a CCP, and if you do take a CCP, Jesus Christ,
CCP?
Good Lord,
hold on.
It's late.
We need a JR.
Yeah, we do. It's late. CCP. Who's the top guy in this draft? Like last year, obviously it was Reddit and the 2 Danny Smith players. Who's the top guy in this year?
I mean, I think there's probably 5 top guys who you'd consider up there just based on activity and everything like that.
Yeah, but would you call any of them like do they match up to how Reddit was and the 2 Danny Smith players were going into the draft?
I say
and Ed Brown, can't forget him.
I'd say out of the top 10 picks this year, we're only going to see maybe 2 or 3 of them be CCPs because of how good this draft is overall.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I think, Wade Beers is up there. I think J-Rod Carew is up there.
Let's go extreme.
Huh?
I said let's go extreme.
Yeah, Ryan McGuire is probably up there. Jeff Coleman is probably up there as well. So just some names. And then obviously you got all the GM CCPs who no one knows what's going to happen with them.
Also, you noticing the tide in GM CCP pitchers this year?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it seems like that's the new meta everyone's shifting towards. Everyone's got their catcher and their center fielder now. They got to make their
You see, pitcher. I'm 1 year behind everyone, so I've got a center fielder now and a catcher, and next year will be a pitcher.
I've made my second pitcher, and next year I will make a third.
Really, you're going all pitching? Dare I make a knuckleballer?
No.
Tim Wakefield Jr.
Okay, actually, if you do that, I'll be okay with that.
R.A. Dickey Jr.
I'm even more happy about that.
Oh, I'm going to name him R.A. Nickname is Lil Dickey.
All right. Well, I think that this has been a very productive episode because that's where we should end.
That is indeed where we should end. A fun, shorter episode. I think this might be the format we do going forward. Rather than these longer episodes, I kind of like this shorter, more YouTube style.
For an hour is exhausting at times. Like it really works well for the Insider because the Insider is much more of a traditional podcast. You turn on, you listen to. We want to keep the viewer engaged.
You see, it's Insider. They just keep pounding. They're firing the cannons.
They're firing the cannons. They rise up to fire the cannons.
Yes, they do.
If none of y'all get that reference, go watch Joe's on the Pros and watch our outtakes.
Yeah, it's great. This is just absolutely amazing. Yeah. And you know what, too? What I will say as well is that with all the different podcasts, we're not going to be the best podcast, but we're going to be the most exciting.
I think that we will provide good content. We are colorful personalities. That's the nice thing I could say about either one of us. And you know what? I'd rather listen to us than listen to the Insiders. The trick is we put this at the end, so that way Andrew doesn't catch it before it goes out.
Exactly. All right, everyone, this has been a great episode. We appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you joining us, and it has been a great episode. Thank you so much. Peace.